If you love classic cars, then Donald loves you. Hi, I'm Donald Osborne, and welcome to the Audrain Automobile Museum. We're here in our exhibition Shining Bright, Advances in Automotive Lighting. This 1958 Edsel Citation convertible is here as a representative of the new, for 1958, quad headlights that took the US automotive industry by storm after the allowance of headlights that varied from the standard 7-inch dual headlights. But we're here today to talk a little bit more about the Edsel. And it's a shame to me, really, that the word Edsel has become synonymous with failure. Because, of course, it's a very, very proud name. This car was named after Edsel Ford, Henry Ford's son, a brilliant and incredibly capable automotive executive who suffered a great deal at the hands of his rather autocratic father. Edsel Ford was a brilliant man who created the Lincoln brand as we know it today. He made it a style leader. He was someone who was very advanced in his thinking about engineering and design and would have brought a great deal to Ford and the Ford Motor Company had he not passed away much too early. Many say due to simply stress and being worn down by his father. But enough of that. Here we're talking about the Edsel car. The Edsel car actually had a very sensible gestation. The Ford Motor Company realized they were leaving lots of sales on the table to General Motors and Chrysler because they didn't have a car in the middle price range. There was nothing really between the Ford and the Lincoln. In the mid-1950s, Ford made the decision to move the Lincoln and the Continental further up market. That left a big gap that they could fill with a new car to compete with Oldsmobile, Pontiac, Buick, and DeSoto. So they came up with the Edsel. They did extensive market research, well, extensive for the time, and they knew exactly what the American consumer wanted. They came out with two lines of cars, one built on the larger Mercury platform, the Citation, and another built on the smaller Ford platform, the Pacer. This is the grandest of them all, a Citation E475 convertible, 475 cubic inch V8 engine, really powerful with this amazing design, and many people argue about the horse collar grille, and they say, well, perhaps the cars failed because of the grille. It wasn't that different than some of the grilles that they were putting on Packards at the time, and I think it actually is quite distinctive. That with the quad headlights gives the Edsel a really distinctive look. Plus, it was absolutely packed with features. It came standard with seat belts when they were an option in the other cars, self-adjusting brakes, this wonderful rotating dome speedometer, which is absolutely amazing, and all the luxury features you can ever imagine in a car like this. And the first year of Edsel sales were 63,000 units. That was a launch that was bigger than practically any other car that had been launched, and certainly not shabby by today's standards. Many manufacturers around would love to sell 63,000 examples of a car on its first year. But the Edsel also came into the middle of a recession. That, combined with the fact that the styling wasn't to everyone's taste, really started making sales fall off almost immediately. And in the time when car manufacturers had to think of the hundreds of thousands of copies just to keep the factories going, the workers employed, the lines moving quickly, it became apparent that they couldn't sustain the Edsel, and it was dropped after 3 years of production. That makes Edsels very collectible today. I didn't say very valuable, but very collectible. This example is also extremely original, and that's also what makes this car very special and why it's here in this collection. It's a wonderful example of what they accomplished in 1950s America that can be imagined no place else at no other time. Although it was a failure in its time, the Edsel has kept the imagination and captured the passion of many enthusiasts, including me. I love Edsels. Hi, it's Donald Osborne with this week's Audrain Auto Museum Fun Fast Fact Quiz question. It is somewhat ironic that the name Edsel is synonymous with bad design. That's because the man for whom the car was named was known for having a great eye for styling. What one-off custom car built for Edsel Ford led to one of the most well-known automotive nameplates in the world, and when was it built? If you think you know the answer, please put it in the comments below. Find out our response on our next video. Thanks. If you like these videos, let your friends know. Subscribe, comment, share.